Hey, welcome to this video. I'm your OCO Diddy Gen Z himself. So the Nintendo Switch 2 has released, so it's the perfect time to take a look back at the original Switch and share some fond memories I have with this console. It's the only thing I can do with 2005 technology these days.
So, let me set the scene here. It's 1 week away before we all get shoved into our houses for a while. And the first game we got for the Switch that truly takes advantage of the hardware is none other than New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the greatest game to have as a first impression for the Switch, but the Switch is practically a Wii U. And as well, it was the only game at the time that my entire family would understand, so we can all play it together easily. It's just a basic old Mario platformer. Sure, Mario Kart was right there, but meh, at the time it was still practically the Wii U game as well. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What a game. Not only is it my favorite fighting game of all times, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate introduced me to something really special that I'll forever thank it for the rest of the time. So, I do a couple versus matches. Then, I get a challenger approaching. It is none other than Ness. I unlock Ness. I then say, "Hey Dad, where does Ness come from?" He answers EarthBound. There was no EarthBound on Switch Online at the time, so what do? I play EarthBound on my crappy PC in a small window because that's the only way I can hit 60 frames at the time, and it was one of the worst ways to play EarthBound. But regardless of the situation, I fell in love with that game. And then when it got announced for Nintendo Switch Online along with the prequel EarthBound Beginnings for NES, I teared up about that. EarthBound became my favorite game of all times. And I can't thank Smash Ultimate enough for that. And my dad too, of course, he knew what an EarthBound was. Oh, Sonic Mania, what a hell of a game. Sure, this isn't a Nintendo Switch exclusive or anything, but this was the way that I play Sonic Mania, and it still is to this day for right now. And Sonic Mania was one of the greatest experiences I ever had in any Sonic game. Originally, I thought it was just a remaster of Sonic 1 and 2, because the screenshots on the Nintendo eShop just showed Green Hill and Chemical Plant, and back then, I didn't really want to own doubles of the same game, and now I don't give a shit, and I buy Sonic 2 whenever I get the chance. But then, at one point, I had lots of money, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's time. Let's see if this is actually a remaster of Sonic 1 and 2. And it wasn't. Thankfully, my child brain let me buy that regardless of it looking like a remaster of Sonic 1 and 2. And it was so good! It is, to me, the greatest Sonic 2D platformer of all times. Sure, the Sonic CD fans are giving me the stink eye, but you, let me enjoy my T. Lopes tracks in peace. Wanna know the most rarest game in my collection right now? The Nintendo Switch version of Minecraft Story Mode The Complete Adventure. Now why is this appearing on my best Nintendo Switch memories? Well, I originally only ever played Minecraft Story Mode via the Netflix version, and the Netflix version is missing a lot. It doesn't have all the episodes from Season 1, and as well, the only thing you can do is just choose dialogue options. You can't move around in certain sections like the console and PC versions can. Regardless of the Switch version being kinda bad in some cases, having some frame dips here and there, but I think it was a worthwhile purchase. I only got this for $10 from a friend, so I think that's pretty worth it. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury is amazing. And Bowser's Fury is of course the best part. You get the Super Mario 3D World engine, but finally in an open world space. And Bowser's Fury was the first time I ever 100%ed a Mario game. It was an absolutely amazing experience for me. Sure, there's frame dips when Bowser's Fury himself appears in the level, but I don't really care. So that's just a small glimpse into some fond memories I have with this console. Sure, should I have talked about this a little bit longer? Yeah, but I know you all are just gonna watch more videos about Switch 2 compared to the original Switch, so I shouldn't waste too much time on it until I actually review the entire console as a whole, and then maybe I'll reveal some more memories I had with this console.
So the Nintendo Switch lasted for a total of 8 years and was Nintendo's longest running console of all times, and could be one of the longest running consoles of all times in general. So I think it's fair enough to say, goodbye Nintendo Switch. But if it wasn't for the Switch, I surprisingly wouldn't be here where I am today, for better for worse. But hey, I don't have to be so emotional about detaching from this console, because I won't. Here's what happened. So, the Switch 2 pre-orders have sold out, but I still have money burning a hole in my pocket, so what am I gonna waste my money on instead? Yeah, this is definitely not one of